We arrived. Ang mga manok, my gosh.
Quiet, please. No need to shout. No need to yell. No need to have a riot. Shut your eyes. Take a deep breath. Oh, you've gone all quiet.
Hi, Bess. Welcome to Anik Anik Podcast with me, your tita, Rosa. So, it's currently almost 6 a.m. and madilim pa. Currently in Baguio City for today. Ang usok nung. So, I was thinking na maybe we could film an episode here. One of my friends, Eman actually has a friend who lives here in Baguio City. So, si Romer, without his help, hindi namin may enjoy yung little time na meron kami here sa Baguio. We went to Diplomat Hotel yesterday and we went to other places as well. We also met new friends, but that part I did not film anymore. Pero yun, we arrived in Baguio City Friday. And first things first was we went to Good Days. Doon kami kumain, doon kami nag-breakfast and all that. As I mentioned earlier, we went to Diplomat Hotel, and it wasn't like the Diplomat Hotel that I remember. I'm not as creeped out as when I first came in, like a few years ago, but definitely there's a presence in there. And bawal na daw pumasok sa loob. Kasi of course, the integrity of the building na din, it's been built long time ago as a retreat house daw for the Dominicans. Anyway, I would just want to show you yung mga napuntahan na galaan namin. So, Jashi, nagulat ka ba na nandito sa ito? Kibak. Ikaw ba? Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the videos that you've seen. Also, I just wanted to share some of the scary experiences that we had here in Baguio. Well, actually, not too much, but may mga nakausap din kami na local dito who were generous enough to share their stories with all of you guys. So, when we entered the Diplomat Hotel, right off the bat, pagbabang namin ng taxi, there's this feeling of parang may nakadagan sa likod ko. I was like, God, ang bigat. Like, the feeling was so heavy. Ang bigat niya talaga. Like, I could not shake it away. Parang, when we were there, parang pag-akyat namin, it felt really, really heavy on dito. And then parang, inaano yung puso. Parang, somebody is crushing my heart. Something like that. And then, nung nagsi-around, though malinis yung public toilet ng Diplomat. And it smells nice. Pero, syempre, paid yun. Syempre, kung ano na lang din para maintain the place. Also, 10 pesos lang yung binayad namin, I think, for the entrance and for the environmental fee. Tapos, merong parang artisan village, or I don't know if it's a pop-up, and may bonfire, and it was so cool. That was the first time that I've experienced that. But then, pagpasok namin, when I first got off from the taxi, it felt so heavy na agad. And then, after kong mag-CR, nung hindi pa naman siya madilim, so that's around 5 p.m. Tapos, napatingin ako sa second floor, like, ganun. Tapos, ano siya, parang pagtingin kong ganyan, wala naman ako nakita. So, napa-second look ako, like, ganun. Okay. Okay, pero napa-second look ako ganyan. Then, meron akong nakita, it's a girl. She has short hair, like hanggang dito na buhok. And then, I don't know how to describe. Para siyang hindi naman lumang-luma yung damit niya. It's parang a blouse, and then parang dito, meron siyang inabel. Tama nga ba? Inabel. Yung parang traditional clothing ng mga tao sa Cordillera. Parang ganon. She's wearing an inabel, a brown inabel on this side. And from her forehead, dito sa gilid, and then sa chin, it's burned. Nag-freak out ako. Tapos, para akong may narinig na parang, alam mo yung hindi siya sigaw, it's a shriek, like a woman's shriek. Tapos, baka inisip ko, ay, baka yung kumakanta lang. But, no. That's not it. That's no.
Oh, hell no!
And that was like the first thing that I noticed. And then, when we were walking na papunta dun sa artisan village, meron akong narinig na parang, alam mo yung maliliit na boses, like small voices or whatever. It's the hallucination. Charot, hindi. Small voices, but I can't understand. I can't make out of it. Probably there were children in there. That's just probably it. But, yeah, I heard what I heard. And then, you can't smoke daw there in that area. Sabi kasi na, bawal magsigarilyo sa public places here in Baguio. And then sabi ko, parang may nagsisigarilyo. Parang the smell was like the smell of a tobacco or something. Yun yung naaamoy ko. Pero, wala naman. Parang they don't smell it. The ones that I'm with, wala silang napansin, wala silang naamoy or whatnot. Maybe it's just the fog. But upon looking up in the trees, there's like a smoke coming out. I don't know. I don't know what that is. And then, before we left, we prayed. Sabi ko kasi, sana po kung ano man ang meron dito sa lugar na to, huwag silang sumama sa amin pababa. Also, pray namin sila na kung sino man yung trap pa dun sa loob, I hope that they find peace na din and mapunta sila sa dapat nilang puntahan, which is towards the light. And yeah, so I have two kwentos. The first one is from yung taxi driver na naghatid sa amin sa Diplomat. So, ang sabi ni Kuya, there is like a big castle, unfinished castle or unfinished house sa tabi ng Diplomat. Like, really, right beside Diplomat Hotel. And sabi naman ni Kuya, may nakatira daw. So sabi ko, I did not mind it at first. Kasi sabi ko, sabi may nakatira naman daw pala. Because there were cars parked in there. Pero sabi nila, sabi ni kuya, merong babae dyan sa labas na nag-aabang ng taxi. Sabi ko, shucks. Nag-aabang daw ng taxi. Or may times naman nakikita nila nasa second floor daw, nakatayo. Like in the wee hours of the morning. So ganun. Ganun yung na-chika niya sa amin. Sabi ko na lang, may tao. Ganyan. But, 3, 4 a.m. I know that this is a province and a lot of people wake up that early, but what do we know? What do I know? I'm not from here. And with that same house, sa second floor, dun sa tabi ng Diplomat. Sabi nila yung mga ghost daw from the hotel, the Diplomat Hotel. Some of them might have moved dun sa house. I don't know. Is that possible? I have no idea. So, lalakad na kami pababa. Kasi there's no taxi up there. Kasi it's really, really a high place. Sobrang taas niya. And then, napatingin din ako dun sa house. Tapos tinuro ko kay Eman. Sabi ko, may humawi ng kortina. Like, there's actually a curtain dun sa second floor. Parang may gumanon. Tapos biglang, it's very quick. Tapos sabi ko, baka may tao lang. Baka may tao lang. So, who knows? And the second one is from another taxi driver na nasakyan namin. Kasi it just so happened na the one sitting in front is not wearing a seatbelt. Tapos, sabi ko, nakwento ko yung naging experience ko nga with yung tumutunog na seatbelt sign. Tapos sabi niya, uy, madalas yan dito kahit wala ka namang katabi, tumutunog yan. And I was like, sir, you don't say that while we're here. You don't say that while we're here. Okay, wag. So yun yung mga narinig kong kwento. So, with the Diplomat Hotel's rich history and this place, parang siya, pugad ng mga mostly encounters, scary stories, but with my experience, with my 3 days of experience dito, kaya nga sabi ko ayokong pumunta dito mag-isa because I'm scared. Good thing that I'm with some other people, I'm with my colleagues, ganyan. And it was fun. Tiring, you know what, in my first night. Siguro it was like the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. Muntik na akong ma-ER. Kasi, you know what happened? I do have rheumatoid arthritis. But we walked a lot. And not just regular walks. Uphill, downhill walks. Sobrang lala ng walk. And then it's so freaking cold. Like, I thrive in this kind of weather. I thrive in coldness. But the level of coldness here, walang aircon. We don't even open the fan at all. But the kind of coldness na it really seeps into your joints and muscles. Talagang my leg cramp so hard. I had to lay in bed for more than 5 minutes. Nakatulog na ako noon. I woke up from like intense pain. And parang sabi ko, shucks, is this like sleep paralysis? Parang sabi ko, parang hindi naman. Parang I'm fully awake. I can move my other leg. But my right leg, I cannot move it because it's too painful. Like my calf was really squeezing my entire leg. So I asked for Eman. He was actually working that night. Buti na lang is he's on break that time. Sabi ko, Eman, help. And yun, nag-warm compress. And like after 5 minutes, sabi ko, pag hindi pa to nag-subside within 5 minutes, let's go to the ER. Nag-911 ka na. But good thing, it got better. Pero ayun, even yung second day namin, we had to walk. Like, literally walk a lot. And I did experience yung hagdan because we met a friend of a friend. And he was so kind enough to invite us over for coffee and snacks before we headed to Common Ground. Mag-night market pa dapat kami, but I was so freaking sleepy. I had coffee at Den's place, but I felt so freaking sleepy by 11 p.m. Like, what the hell? It's 11 p.m. I felt really, really sleepy, and I woke up a few minutes ago because I feel like my sugar is dropping. That's why I am here with you guys right now. I tried filming an episode of Diplomat, but it's a bit too loud, and I got so overwhelmed and overstimulated. So I stopped filming kasi the energy was actually quite heavy na rin. So for those 2 days, first 2 days, this is our third and last day here in Baguio. We will be checking out later, and we will be on our way back to Manila by around 7. The reason why ngayon ako nag-film is because I don't want to film this when I'm home. Parang I want like a new place or like somewhere else to film the episode. So, yun. The community is nice. Parang there are people who's willing to help you talaga, especially on our first day. There's this kind lady na we were looking for taxi and na may pila pala, we didn't know. So, sabi niya, oh, we went to Rebel Cafe kasi. So, she said na, oh, pupunta naman pala kayo ng Rebel. I'm going to SM. So, I can drop you off dun sa may cathedral and it's just right beside the cathedral. And I said, okay lang po ba? It's okay, it's on the way. That's what she said. And then, nung nagbibigay ako ng 100 pesos for the fare. Sabi niya, no, it's okay. Oh, thank you so much. Like, the locals are so kind. The taxi drivers are also very honest as well. Parang they know their way. They don't overcharge. They keep it metered. Siguro ang pinakamahal naming bill is 199. It's Grab, by the way. Grab. So, I was like, damn. Dito lang ulit ako sumakay ng taxi in Baguio. Like, I don't really ride taxis. Like, the non-TNVS taxis back in Manila. Dito lang talaga. Kasi, parang, yeah, this is a tourist destination, but I don't think, like, mga taxi, hindi sila regulated. They were so nice and so honest, and they know their way so much. The taxis are open and hindi ka naka-aircon. Like, I did like it. I do want to stay a little longer, pero kasi siguro if I stay a little longer, my knee would really hurt so much. For third day, I wanted to try Cordilleran dishes. Though I already tried etag sa pizzeria na kinainan namin because the pizza has etag. But I wanted to try native Cordilleran dishes. Especially yung amats ko lately, yung pinunid. Parang I saw it online. And then, gusto ko siya itry. I really wanted to try it. We tried to look for the Katipunan Inn. Kasi that's where the locals go daw. But sabi ko, with the condition of my leg right now, I really couldn't do that anymore. Ayun, probably Farmer's Daughter. It's a tourist place then, pero I think it's reasonably priced. When I checked the prices naman, it's reasonably priced. So, we're just gonna go there instead. And, pero napuntahan lang namin si Camp John Hay. Hindi na kami nakapunta sa Burnham, but later rather. We might go to Burnham Park. So, places we went were Foam Coffee. Coffee is good. Pastries are even better. The burnt bass cheesecake is really good. I love it. And Rebel. Oh gosh. Coffee was okay. But the pastries are so good. Like, really, really good. I fell in love with it. And then Good Taste. Some of the menu naman from Good Taste, it's either a hit or miss. Siguro hindi ko lang nabitan. Or not really hindi nabitan, but it's not as the way I remember it which is yung buttered chicken. Because way back in the days, I remember the buttered chicken na crispy. But this time, I don't know, it does still taste the same, but it's just that the consistency, it's not as crispy anymore. Tapos, yung bird's nest. So, amats na amats naman yan when I was a bit younger. But, it's not as milky as it is before, but still good. Number one is yung chop suey. Like, I love it. Back in Manila, I don't really eat gulay that much, but that, oh gosh, that's so good. It's really, really good. So, ayun, kanina pa ako chismis dito. So, I think, yeah, that's it for today's episode. And this is your Tita Rosa. This has been a Nick and Nick podcast, and I'll see you in my next adventure. Bye!